Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, I'll be telling you guys exactly what is going on with the lawsuit from Ripple versus the SEC, specifically about the William Hinman deposition. There were a ton of questions when I explained what was about to happen today, so I thought I should make an update explaining to you what really happened, what went down during the deposition, and all of that stuff, while also giving you guys some additional important market updates. All right. But for right now, guys, make sure you enter the Bybit competition. I believe there's a couple more hours left, like 13 hours more as of this point. And I have about 2 days to actually make some proper trades to get myself up into the rankings, because it's a trading competition where you can win a ton of XRP. But as you guys most likely know by now too, I might not really enter purely because I do not want to steal somebody else's glory in this list if I do make a proper trade. And also, if we do bad, I'm gonna embarrass myself. I'm a man of pride, I can't really do that. All right, now, Hinman deposition frequently asked questions. So these are some answers to a lot of the questions. The deposition is not a public hearing, which means you can't listen in. This was one of the things people asked a ton. Will you be live streaming? Will you do that? You can't. It's not public. 2, a deposition is sworn testimony and can be used just like the deponent was in court. And I think that means just whatever he says can and will be used against you in the court. And so whatever he says, well, it's a sworn testimony to answer truthfully, but it's also, at least that's what I kind of get from this whole ordeal now, really important for William Hinman himself to answer those things properly, because if he says the wrong thing, which is why he might even be completely quiet, he can actually indict himself in some strange way. He can actually make it so that he's going to go to jail if he says the wrong things, which he might have never thought about that it would be something that get brought up. So there's even a chance this guy says nothing purely because he does not want to take the risk, and that is something which we'll see, though, quite a lot later. But let's move on. In this case, the deposition will be used in Ripple's motion for summary judgment on fair notice, which basically means the deposition is used for something, obviously, otherwise why would it be conducted, right? And it's basically used in the sense that Ripple wants to go to the next phase where the judge decides the verdict, and they basically most likely want to take this fair notice a little bit of a step further and expand on their defense and why they would most likely just win or need to win, or this lawsuit needs to be disbanded, on the basis that they didn't get the proper fair notice and the SEC knew it. And that's what they want to kind of prove through, what's his name again? William Hinman, there we go. All right. 4, you will see at least parts of the deposition in Ripple's motions, or perhaps even in the individual defendant's briefs. So that basically means pretty soon here we could see a letter posted by Ripple, which includes some parts of this deposition. Could also have been the SEC, but most likely it's going to be Ripple's side. And they're basically going to use some information in their motion to dismiss, for example, or another little part to defend. We don't really know exactly what they're going to use it for, but they most likely will. And then we'll most likely see it in the exhibits, or at least some parts of it. And to that note, Jeremy Hogan, a lawyer, expects the complete transcript will be filed at some point. The transcript should not be under seal, although parts of it might be, depending on what the SEC decides later. Have a great day. So, a couple of questions that are also important. Thank you for the update. Do you also know which time it has started already? So if you're wondering, yes, it has started. How long before the deposition makes its way out? A lot of people were wondering about that. He says, I would say that we probably won't see the entire transcript of the deposition until summary judgment briefs are filed all the way in November. The fun fact about this is, though, right now it's July. It's already the end of July. In a snap like that, it's November. It really is. But I think we will probably see parts prior to then, because I can't imagine there won't be issues for the judge to decide on the privilege objections. And what that means is that right now, Ripple and the SEC came to a conclusion on what Ripple can basically ask him. Yet what he can actually, or what they can actually use in court, most likely is going to be a little bit of a different battle, because some things most likely cannot be used against them because, well, it's all privileged information. And I think that has to do mostly with the fact that they might have come to an easier conclusion now about what they could ask him, but exactly what they could use, they might come to a conclusion on later, as he couldn't be deposed twice, and so they had to ask I guess, more questions now rather than less, or least. But in the end, let's see here. Another guy asked, thanks, Attorney Jeremy Hogan, who will be present? I'm assuming the lead counsels from all parties. And he says, at least, but only one attorney can question for each party, which is strange to me. Then again, it might be so you don't get interrogated by all these different parties, all these different people. And here again, most likely, eventually, we will get the entire transcript, or at least good parts of it, but it will take a little bit of time. So things are looking good, guys. Things are looking good. But if you wanted a really big update, it wasn't really found anywhere. Ripple only posted this right now. At Ripple, we're building bridges between the financial world and blockchain technologies. See how we are evolving and expanding from a cross-border payments network to a platform providing tokenized services for a crypto future. I guess I have another video coming up later, most likely explaining this a little bit more in depth. And you know what I actually saw today, guys? I saw some people speculate about the Swift ordeal. I think I have it open right here. Swift takes swipe at Ripple with a cheaper cross-border payment system. I actually have not yet read the article. If you want to check it out, please pause the video right now. I'll be talking about this a little bit later today as I read through it and get my story together, but maybe that ties in with what we're seeing right here. I also have not read this, as you can most likely already. Oh yeah, we actually did read this before. This is an older document because I recognize some parts of it. This is just basically about how Ripple is going to be changing the future. We talked about it before. All right. I think we've answered any question about the deposition, about the entire situation. If you actually have any single question, make sure you put it right down below in the comment section. There's a good chance that another guy in the comment section could just look at it and answer your question. But if they don't, make sure you put it down. I'm going to try answer as many as I can. Otherwise, make sure you tag me over on Twitter. Or the best way to reach to me, 100% certain it works, is by going through Instagram. Every single message I've gotten, at least I've seen and I've looked at. So if you have a message, make sure you put it on Instagram. There's a 100% chance I'll see it. But don't ask me for financial advice, please. A lot of you guys say, hey, what should I buy? Can I call you? Want you? You know what? I don't do that. All right, please. So don't ask me that. Other generic things, though, like, hey, can you link me to the video about this or what, just ask and you'll see my response. So it's all cool. All right. Amazon says it's not planning to accept crypto payments anytime soon. We actually talked about this a little bit earlier, right? But the thing is, there's a really big misconception going on. Amazon hasn't said, oh, screw Bitcoin, screw crypto. No, they said, we don't really have the plans just quite yet. And that's actually a really bullish thing because usually a lot of these bigger guys like Warren Buffett, for example, say, no, it's poison. I don't want to get into it. Screw that. But these guys saying, we don't know the plans just quite yet, most likely means they are thinking about it, but the proper plan hasn't been set in place, or they're looking for kind of a replacement in the same type of sector. Like, for example, a own token and stuff like that. You might say, oh, but they denied a rumor. They might deny rumors doesn't mean it's actually not completely true. It doesn't mean there's no sense of truth behind that. Very often a rumor is dispelled first before later on finding out that it was the truth, or at least somewhat close to the truth, because think about it. Amazon could, for example, have had employees that were notified of the token coming up, yet the story was changed a little bit to either find some leaks, that's a possibility too, but most importantly, which I think it is that they are basically changing up their plans, either because the stuff became public knowledge or because it's just in an early phase, they let go of some ideas and they're going to change it as the next couple of months form. Because, well, even though they have denied a couple of the rumors, they're not really showing any negativity regarding it, right? Which is, at least in my opinion, a really good thing. And then this, I think, is rather important. Binance seeks a new CEO, headquarters amidst regulatory probes. What's basically happening is Binance's CZ, Changpeng Zhao, wants to step down and let another guy become the CEO with a regulatory background. And I believe that's what I've kind of fetched from all of this, that they also want to make sure they're 100% compliant eventually with a proper headquarters and just done everything properly, because they've had so much issues with regulators over the last couple of days, so much FUD. They want to fix that. And to be honest with you guys, this exchange has become so big that if something really crazy were to happen to it, oh my days, would that be scary. But the US DOJ, the IRS, and all these different parties in different countries are just coming on at it. They're coming after them. And so it's starting to get a little bit hot under their feet, I'm assuming, and they have to start moving towards a certain direction. Being CEO of any company is a very demanding job. I don't mind taking a break, Zhao said. We are serious enough to look for a compliance background person to lead the organization. I would be honored to lead Binance as a regulated financial institution until we find someone who may do a better job than I do. Well, let's see, right? I mean, I'm not really against it, I'm not really for it, I don't really care, as long as things do properly. I guess, is there any way to object? Let's go, reject all, there we go. All right, and then another one here, Binance founder, willing to go as pressure mounts. I guess it's from two perspectives, right? One is he just has no choice. He has to adapt. He has to move. And second of all, I mean, it's a proper thing to say as well from the perspective of this guy's been working his ass off for years right now with one of the most scary jobs in this world. Think about it. As the CEO of a crypto exchange, you have so many freaking regulators up your ass. You're talking billions, if not trillions of dollars transacted freaking so often. And just the pressure must get to you. Running an exchange like Binance here, the biggest crypto exchange, is so much pressure. So from that perspective, 5 years and you're just worn out. This guy has been in there for like 3, 4. I mean, I get that a break would not be that crazy. But no, I think the primary reason here is just because it would make for a better image. If they switch CEOs, it might also be because he doesn't want to be sued anymore for that regard. We don't really know exactly what it is. But looking for a compliance guy in that respect is just all good. I can't really think of any negative sides, so I'm all up for it. All right, guys, that was it for today's video. Make sure you check out the Bybit competition. There's only a couple of hours left. A link is down below. Make sure you press the like button if you enjoyed it, and make sure you also subscribe too if you want more of these updates. See you guys again in another one later today. Bada boom, bada bing.